Hello YouTube, it's Sam from Sam's Garden Maintenance. Sunday morning, that means it's my day off and time to relax. So I'll pick a cafe I've not been to, I'll drive to it and I'll get a bit of something. I'll go for a nice little park up and a nice little drive. Whatever floats your boat, that's what my form of relaxing is. I work hard all week, so I enjoy just time to myself. It's weird when you think about it, you work on your own, you still want to be on your own. So anyway guys, what's the video about? The video today guys is about YouTube and YouTubers. I'm going to give you 6 YouTubers that I'd recommend. There's no order to them, I don't believe in ranking people, but there's 6 YouTubers here guys that all of them will help you out to some degree within your gardening business. Now, just to start off by saying that you see YouTubers get a lot of flack and a lot of hate. I think it's all very over the top sometimes, and you've got to remember that these guys, the best case scenario, absolute best case, is they might get a tool thrown their way, or they might get a little bit of money, but it's fuck all compared to how many hours it took them to get to that point. So don't just think they're all rolling around in money, because they probably aren't. These are just normal people that are willing to give you their knowledge and experience that you probably couldn't get from anywhere else. I guarantee if you did a college course and paid for it, yes, they'll teach you stuff, but they won't teach you real world stuff. That's what these guys are doing for free. Remember that. There's no paywall with these channels. There's no Patreon, nothing like that. It's all people that are out there to give you their knowledge for free. So let's get into it then guys. No particular order. First one is a YouTube channel called Premier Lawns, and this chap, he does a very good job breaking down lawn care to you. So if you've got a problem in your lawn, he will pretty much tell you how to fix it, and in some cases he will give you the not over the top but the proper way, the proper chemicals, the proper tools. So you'll see him aerating and scarifying with big machinery, but he will also give you a way to do it that's more within your means depending on where you are at. So he is not a resource to be ignored, quite the opposite. I don't personally watch all of his videos, but if there is a problem that I encounter, this chap would have had it and he will tell me how to solve it for free of charge. Now, another gardener is a YouTuber and podcaster called J-Rock Lawn Care and Gardening, I think, and I'm trying to remember all this. Now, again, he's a YouTuber and a gardener, and he's a podcaster, so not only can you watch him, but his podcast to me is the main draw. It's very clear and concise information. You can put your headphones in and just carry on working while you're listening to him. The information he gives you is very good quality. Not only does he speak to other professionals, but he speaks to gardeners and tool companies, and like he's got a big partnership with Total Lawn, so you can see sort of behind the wizard sleeve, so to speak, how they go about things, and it just gives you a bit more trust in their brand and him actually. Another lawn care guy, another gardener, is a chap that I consider at the top of his gardening journey, and I keep on about this gardening journey, and basically we're all on a journey no matter what. I'm not talking about life, but I'm on about, you set up your gardening business, unless you say buy somebody else's business and you've got all the customers you'll ever need and you've got all the tools You don't have to go out and do anything. It's all there and it's all laid out, and you've got that till you finished, or you want to finish gardening, and that's your journey. But most of our journeys is where we start out, we look for customers, we get the first customer, and then it's progression till we get to the point where we're at that point I just mentioned, where we're comfortable. Now this chap, I don't know much about him. I think his name's Scott. He's from SE Lawn Care and Gardening, and you can tell this guy is very, very proficient in what he does. But the reason he is on the list is he is teaching you, again for free, the end case of your journey. He's teaching you about commercial commercial work, getting it, maintaining it. He's telling you about staff, the problems he has, getting quotes, getting commercial quotes. He is a very valuable resource, and it's in a style I like. As I've said, I don't like watching people garden. I like knowledge, and so I like just to be able to put the headphones on, put the phone in the back pocket, and just listen to these guys, and I can absorb it a lot better without the fear of I'm missing him showing me something. It's all spoken, and this is what this guy does very well. He also does a bit of tool reviews and, well, a bit of tool talk, shall I say. So if it is that you're stepping up your game and wanting to go on to bigger work, this guy will definitely point you in the right direction for your machinery choices. Now, another gardener, which I think is probably the most valuable out of all the list, and he really hits over the point I'm trying to make to you guys, which is progression, which is the Grey Gardener. In my opinion, even from when I first started watching his videos, he was always going about it the right sort of way, but he shows you what you can achieve without having necessarily everything. I'm not saying this in a horrible way. Like, he started out in his car, he's added to his tools gradually, and he's shown you what progression is. He's honest with his pricing, he goes into detail about it, and he gives you real world examples. If you're just a chap that's thinking about setting a gardening business up, then this guy will 100% point you in the right direction. But jumping off from that, another chap, Maxwell's Grass Cutting Services. He's very direct in the points he makes. The knowledge is very clear, but again, it's a chap, he's a lawn guy, and he's basically telling you how he goes about running his business. I think he used to do it on a part-time basis, and now he's full-time, but again, you can see progression, and he's very straight talking, there's no BS. So that's another guy definitely to watch out for and follow, because again, as I say, it's all clear information, what you need, no flim-flam. Now, he's always going to be on the list. It's a chap called the Celtic Gardener, and this guy, he is to me the real world example. He is a persona of what goes on in your head. So love him or hate him, or what you see mentioned, just think this could be you one day. So whatever content he's on about or he's talking about, he's just an overflow point. So if he's on about something and it might not be relevant to you now, like he's on about customers or problems with his car, it's going to happen to you at some point, and it's, to me, it's worthwhile putting on a list, because it's just another little source of information, and you can see his opinion on it, and it'll outform your opinion going forward with things. And it teaches you, which I think is the most important lesson, it gives you a real world example of the highs and lows within your gardening business, because it isn't all plain sailing, guys. It isn't all like this is how it's going to be and this is perfect. I know you do see, especially some gardening channels, none what's mentioned here, but it's basically a big sort of, this is how fantastic it is, and look at all the yards or lawns, especially the American channels. This is what I cut in a day, this is what I earn in a day. And well, the realities aren't like that all of the time. So, hoping that this has been informational, so informative for you. I will link each channel in the bio bit. So you guys have a good day now and keep on gardening.